sounds so long. I'm glad there's guests today, and also glad that there's newbies here. I always get a lot of energy from newbies. So come along with me on this journey. And this is a personal journey I'm going to tell you about. But you're going to like where you go with me. A couple of years, not many years, I found myself in a strange place. I was working from home in a rural area, and I was alone. I was a widower. My kids had grown past teenagehood and became adults, which means they became human again. But I was alone. And you know what? Like Howard Beale in that old movie Network, I was mad as hell, and I didn't want to take it anymore. What was I mad about? I don't know. Because I was alone. What do? I had seriously thought about running for Congress. At the time, the election process was in chaos. The Tea Party was coming into power. Gee, it's the same today, isn't it? And I had the specter of learning to date again after 25 years of marriage. Good Lord, I might have to talk to girls. I mean, women, you know. But you know what? I'm a geek, okay? I have a son who, I swear, has Asperger's syndrome. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not. I wonder where he got that from. I'm happiest in front of a computer. They have undying loyalty. They don't talk back. Well, maybe they do now with the internet because there's other people on the other side of it. But I got exposed to a management training program in this company called ISOP. And as part of ISOP, we did a presentation for Toastmasters. I had heard of them. I knew enough that it wasn't about some sort of breakfast food, but it was about public speaking. And what's the last thing a geek wants to do? Speak in public. Remember that congressman and that dating issue? Maybe speaking in front of people might help. So I joined Toastmasters. Got up for my icebreaker. You know, I'm going to get up here and try to talk. Breathing issues, that's always a big thing for me. Trying to remember what I have to say. I got up here with a suit and a tie. And it was an ill-fitting suit because I had lost a lot of weight. I gained it all back. But you know what? I got to talk about myself. The icebreaker, you talk about yourself. Right? Who isn't happy talking about themselves? That's the most fun. That's the only thing you want to do, right? Stutter, breathing, gasping, uncomfortable, but I did it, and I got through it. I tried to make the summary of my life perfect and failed, but I got up here and I failed doing it rather than failed thinking about it. So the CC book, the beginner's book for Toastmasters, had a whole bunch of opportunities to talk about me and myself. Oh, happy day. I get to talk about myself and my stuff. You know George Carlin's routine about stuff? Everybody wants their own stuff. They want to talk about their stuff. They don't want to talk about your stuff because it's not their stuff. I progressed through the book and I started getting a little bit more comfortable talking up here. And speaking of the humorous speech contest, I was dragged into doing it at the district level by a couple of guys after my second or third speech. So I know that you don't have to do 4 or 5 speeches to qualify to do the humorous speech.
There we go.
Dragged being the operative word there. To my amazement, in this program, I actually ended up talking in front of fairly sizable groups of strangers, people I didn't know. And I was up here talking to them, and I was comfortable being up here, maybe not comfortable with what I was talking about. still a little intimidated maybe in front of the strangers, or a little intimidated that I'm trying to remember what to say, but nonetheless, it's getting easy up here. It's not bad. It's a good time. I wasn't afraid to do it anymore. When I started, I was afraid to be up here. Now, there's a question of club duties. First couple of meetings I've had, everybody's doing stuff. We're not just sitting here eating lunch, right? You're writing stuff down, you're playing a role, you're listening to write an evaluation, doing all sorts of things. Now, I need downtime, right? Lunch used to be my downtime, and it still is most of the time. But on Thursdays, when I come here, there's a lot to do at a Toastmasters meeting, but it gets easy to do once you know how to do it. It's very easy to do once you know how to do it. It's not sweating and a lot of work. It's just a couple of things you have to do and think about. Think about it. Ooh, that's always good. So, July 4th is my anniversary. I started the weekend, or the Thursday after July 4th. I've been here for 6 years now. 6 long years. Not many, many, many years, but 6 years. And I get to talk to intelligent people, and I get to talk to people who are achievers or want to achieve. What could be better than that? You know, I don't want to talk to people about Kim Kardashian. What? I want to talk, you know, they say that dumb people talk about people. Intelligent people talk about things. And very intelligent people talk about ideas. I get to talk about ideas here, and I listen to people talk about ideas. It's great. So, come with me on this journey. Come with me to not an end point, but life is a journey, not a destination. And this journey takes you past all kinds of wonderful things. So please join me in this journey. Thank you all.
Good job.